What is going on, everybody? It's David Palmer, Leo King, and this is my show, Uncut Astrology, where I take off the mask and I go deep into the week of June 24th till about June 29th, 30th. I'm going until then, until the full moon that will happen in Capricorn. And I'm calling this energy the staging energy. That's because we have so much going to happen at the end of July and the beginning of August. So in many respects, I don't want to say we're getting a break because definitely the energy is intense, but there is a regrouping that is happening. Mars has entered Cancer. The Sun is in Cancer. When you get these two energies together, it is about resting, taking your time, and recumulating your energy back. And I think that we need it because this is an extreme August we're coming into, an end of July. This is an extreme amount of energy that we're going through. And so it's kind of a blessing in disguise, this energy. Mars in Cancer is at its fall, right? Its weakest spot. So that can sometimes be looked at as like, oh man, this kind of sucks, you know, Mars is kind of weak in Cancer. But really, I don't think we need to look at this as weakness. I think we need to look at this as true strength from within. We need our emotions back to feel safe and secure in our life. We need to feel somewhat grounded in ourselves again. We need to get to the root of our stuff. That's what Saturn and Scorpio is too, right? Getting to the deepest part of our soul, our biggest roots. And there's so much of that happening right now. Chiron has gone retrograde in Pisces. So all the wounds are coming up, you know, everything's come up to the surface. And we've, you know, maybe we feel like we've gotten a bad hand or we're in hard situations. How are we going to get out of it? Maybe we just want to escape. You know, sometimes this could just be like, oh my God, I just want to escape. But you know what? We have to confront things. We have to face them. And that's what this time is about. We're also having the Sun square the nodes during this week, and Mars. And when you have Sun, Mars square the nodes, there's a readjustment in our life. Can we find that balance, that North Node in Libra? Can we leave this old identification of who we thought we were in our life and the things that we've always wanted to be and the way that we wanted to have it? Can our emotions learn to readjust? I think that this is a huge readjustment period in our life. Huge. And with adjustment, you know, it's not so crazy. It's internal, being kind to yourself, being compassionate, taking that extra time if you need it right now. We need our strength in the coming month. That's coming up at the end of July. Venus has entered into its shadow period now in Leo, which means Venus is going to retrograde past all this. So relationships, projects, things we're manifesting, they're all coming up now to the surface. If they're full of love or not, if they're full of what we love in ourselves, we're having to find that love of self very intensely again. Venus and Jupiter are going to conjunct in this next week. And this conjunction is, you know, about hope, but it will be squaring Saturn and Scorpio. Not exactly, but it's there. There's a deep undercurrent of like, what is not making us feel the happiest in our life? It has all come down to this spot in our life now. You know, how can we get our strength back? How can we get our emotions right? How can we learn to take care of ourselves, face the part of ourselves that isn't happy with where we're at right now, isn't happy with what's going on? Maybe there's some stuff that's come up that you're like, man, how do I gotta fix this? This is the time to start to find the tools to fix things. Mercury's come out of its shadow period after this weekend, so we can start to at least get a little clear. Now, Mercury is still in Gemini, so it's a great spot, but it is squaring the midpoint of Neptune and Chiron. So, you know, there is these kind of sensitive aspects of ourselves that we still are trying to figure out. That's not going away. This energy is trying to have us learn on the fly, in the hospital bed, in your own bed, in kind of parts of ourselves that feel like we have to, like, you know, take care of ourselves and get back to our strength, face and try and understand all these weird, out of this world, spiritual, deep, hidden, weird aspects that we're trying to understand. There's a lot of just like unsurety that's kind of still around, I'm gonna be honest. It's not like full gone, you know. This time is not about full gone energy. Like, okay, but that was crazy, so I'm moving on. No, it's gonna be more crazy. The rest of 2015 looks pretty crazy to me. So, use this time. This is a great time. This is a great time to get back and get your energy back, to take care of yourself. And you know, it might sound crazy, but really that's my message. I'd love to come with like some extremely, you know, crazy message this week. But really, the astrology is pretty, I don't want to say it's mellow, but you know what? It's pretty about taking care of yourself again. It's about having big realizations of the things that you need to recreate as far as love in yourself, love for the relationships in your life, and facing a lot of the deep stuff that sometimes is not easy. It's not easy. Life is not easy. And it can be easier though when you at least learn to get to a place where you can stand up and happen again. I think that we have all been spiritually toppled over. Pluto-Uranus square in April, we dealt with that for 3 years. You know, all the crazy eclipses we had, just everything really. And so really the way that I look at this is a moment to find a way just to get back to stand up again. Now you don't need to go to battle right now. You don't need to win the war right now. This is not about winning the war. Mars in Cancer is not about winning it. It is about making sure that you have enough troops. It is about making sure you have enough supplies. It is about making sure that you have enough, you know, to withstand battle. So find that right now. Find out a way for you to just find to where when you have to deal with things, that you have enough in you that you can stand back up again, that you can be like, you know what? Okay, I could just do this now. It's not about, you know, running the mile right now and running the marathon and winning the race right now and, you know, owning it all and figuring it all out right now. It is impossible to. Impossible. Some people are going to say nothing's impossible. But you know what? Some things take time. Babies take 9 months to grow in the womb. You know, speaking of cancer, right, the womb. In many ways, we're all facing our own parts of ourself that feel like our own, you know, womb needs to be correct again. Like we need to, you know, we need to feel safe in that womb. Some people might need to sleep with a teddy bear again. Some people might need to, you know, get back to that inner part of how to take care of yourself. And with that full moon that's coming in Capricorn, even though we want to take care of ourselves, there's going to be a part of us that's like, man, I got to get this done and I got to reach this and why can't I fix this and why can't I do this? We're going to talk about that full moon in Capricorn in the next video more in depth. But realize that we're on a build-up. We're on a build-up this week for just learning how to get back and deal with certain things in ourselves, certain parts of our inner wounds that we deal with. And it's just about learning to get back to learning how to stand back up again. And you don't need to, you know, it's like Forrest Gump, like when he gets shot, like, you know, it's like when he hangs out and plays ping pong. It's not about being in war. He's got to get better. And you know what's funny is Forrest Gump does a lot of great things. Check out my awesome network, the Leo King look.looksack.com. It's just leoking.looksack.com. You can get my apps on Apple and Android. You can watch me every day on my daily horoscopes. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. I should have a monthly horoscope up for July on July 1st, so make sure you get that at my website, inclusiveiastrology.com. Anyways, guys, thanks for all the support. I'm sending you all my best, and I'll see you on the next Uncut.